What if, when I saw he was open, I hadn't passed, but taken the shot instead? Would that have changed the game? And maybe my whole life? And I'm just an unknown second year forward on that team. That's the reality. It's one for all, and all for one. You can't do it alone.
You can't possibly become the world's best striker unless you're also the world's biggest egoist.
The things this guy is saying, this is the opposite of everything I've been taught.
Nothing should bring you more joy than your own goals. Live only for that glorious moment.
I can't do it for no one. I've achieved nothing.
Discard your common sense. Remember, out there on the field, you're the star. And if you can't, then you're no striker at all.
I am a striker!
Isaki, what are you... I'll play your dumb game, shithead! Yeah, me too!
Congratulations and welcome, diamonds in the rough.
It's not my actions that need to change. It's my way of thinking. I can't get caught up with how I used to be. To move forward, you have to rebuild by tearing down what was there before. I'm still outside the genius column. If I want to become the best striker in the world, I've got one choice. Whatever it is I'm lacking, I have to find it during this match.
Ego! What are we supposed to do? I don't want it to end like this! Please tell me, how can we win?
Are you all stupid? Haven't you realized Blue Lock's already won? It is true, if we lose this match, it will mean the end of Blue Lock. And I'll be exiled from Japanese soccer and forgotten. But none of you will disappear. Powerhouse universities and domestic leagues will snap you up, opening all sorts of doors. That's how well you performed. The talent you displayed. Down the road, the fact that you attended Blue Lock will prove to be a powerful advantage for your career. Now that you've inherited your egos, Japanese soccer will never be the same. Stand proud, Diamond. The future has been decided.
I don't care. All of us, we want to win here and now. Not think about what's next. Losing's the same as dying, and we aren't dead yet. Nothing matters except being the best in the world!
Isaki?
Make us win already, Four Eyes. After all, this ego is what you taught us.
If it means winning, I don't mind destroying my own self.
I'll be reborn again, as many times as it takes.
I will become the world's #1 striker, no matter what. That's why I can't settle. Not here, not anywhere. Until I achieve that goal, I refuse to lose. Before coming to Blue Lock, I was a defeated person, drowning in regret over my past mistakes. But now, here we are, facing the U20 team, and you expect us to lose? No way. We've trained relentlessly, pushing ourselves beyond our limits. Every sprint, every drill, every sacrifice has led us to this moment. We're not just a team. We're a force forged through adversity and unwavering determination. The U20 team may have experience, but we have hunger. The kind that drives us to defy expectations and seize victory. Remember, it's not just about talent. It's about the will to win. The refusal to accept defeat. We've come too far, endured too much, to let this opportunity slip away. So let's channel our passion, our pain, and our pride into every play, every pass, every shot. Together, we'll show the world that we are not to be underestimated. Victory is within our grasp. Let's take it. Many perceive ego as a negative force, destructive and detrimental to one's mindset. While it's true that unchecked ego can lead to downfall, isn't it similar to many aspects of life? Few things are inherently good or bad. Often, it's our perception and labeling that define them. Take individuals, for example. Rarely can we categorize someone as purely good or evil. Our judgments are shaped by personal morals and the narratives we've constructed. While actions causing harm are universally condemned and governed by laws, since everyone's freedom is equally valued, many other notions of right and wrong stem from subjective interpretations. So, instead of focusing on reasons why ego is detrimental, why not harness it as fuel for self-improvement? Without a healthy dose of ego, one risks remaining perpetually average. Athletes who view themselves as the best often rise to that level, while those content with being good enough seldom surpass mediocrity. Belief in oneself is crucial. Without it, there's little point in pursuing greatness. Unfortunately, many who lack this inner drive attempt to dissuade others from striving for excellence, urging them to conform to the average. It's disheartening, yet it's essential not to harbor resentment towards them. Displaying negative emotions aligns you with the very mindset you're striving to overcome. Understand that when you choose to forge your own path, societal pushback is inevitable. Labels like delusional or out of his mind may be cast your way. But remember, those critics are often products of societal conditioning. When you achieve success, the narrative may shift to claims that you had it easy. It's imperative to stay focused on your journey and not be swayed by external opinions. Don't be like most people who don't take advantage of being born into this world. Aim to see how far you can go. Don't let your mind be your limitation, but the tool to go far. Embrace the challenges that come your way, for they are the stepping stones to growth and self-discovery. Remember, it's not the external obstacles that hold us back, but the internal barriers we impose upon ourselves. Your mind is a powerful tool. Wield it to break free from the chains of doubt and fear. Set audacious goals, pursue them with relentless determination, and refuse to be confined by the expectations of others. Remember, greatness lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Embrace your journey, and let your unwavering belief in yourself propel you to heights you've never dreamed possible.
You can't imagine a stronger future version of yourself. Maybe that's because of your trump card. You believe that in the worst case, you can resolve everything at the cost of your life. But at that point, forget about beating me. You'll never even measure up to Nanami. Dying to win and risking death to win are completely different, Megami. Give it your best. Be greedier.
Imagine a future version of myself who's freely surpassed my limits. Oh, I can do that! It's not about whether I can do it. I have to do it! The only thing granted equally to all is an unfair reality. Oh, and just so you know, I didn't have any logical reason for saving you back then. Even though it was dangerous, I just couldn't bear to see a good person like you die. Sure, I had my reservations. But ultimately, I did it for selfish, emotional reasons. But that's fine, though. I'm a jujutsu sorcerer. I'm not a hero. In all this time, I've never once regretted saving you. In the darkest moments when everything seems lost, that's when you truly discover what you're made of. We all face that choice sooner or later. To give up, to run away, to settle for less than what we know we're capable of. But what's the point of that? What's the point of living if you're going to half-step through life? I was never one for easy answers or false hope. The world isn't kind. It doesn't care about fairness. It doesn't reward you just for trying. But that doesn't mean there's nothing worth fighting for. Worth. That's what it all comes down to in the end. What do you find worth in? What would you risk everything for? What makes the pain, the struggle, the sacrifice meaningful? Most people never ask themselves these questions. They drift through life, reacting to whatever comes their way. They settle for comfort, for safety, for what's easy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone needs to be exceptional. But you're not here listening to this because you want to be like most people, are you? You're here because something inside you knows you're capable of more. Because you've glimpsed what you could become. And you can't unsee it. Listen carefully. Strength isn't about dominating others. It's not about winning every battle. True strength is knowing exactly what you stand for, what you're willing to protect, what matters enough to risk everything. Without that clarity, power is just noise, just wasted potential. I learned this the hard way. Power without purpose destroys you from within. It leaves you hollow, empty. So ask yourself right now, what is your purpose? What drives you forward when every instinct tells you to retreat? If you don't have an answer, that's your first mission. Find it. Because without that North Star, you'll wander aimlessly, no matter how talented you might be. I remember when I first realized this truth. I was young, angry, full of potential, but directionless. I had been given gifts that others would kill for. Abilities that set me apart. But I resented them. Resented the responsibility they placed on my shoulders. Then someone important to me changed everything with a simple question. If not you, then who? If those with the power to make a difference turn away, who will stand in their place? Who will protect what needs protection? That question haunted me. It still does, because the easiest path is always to look away, to say, it's not my problem, to save yourself and leave others to their fate. I've seen what happens when the strong choose that path. The consequences ripple outward, affecting countless lives. So I chose differently. Not because I'm special, not because I'm better than anyone else, but because I could see what needed to be done. And I had the capacity to do it. That's all strength really is. Seeing what needs to be done, and doing it regardless of the cost. There will be days when you want to give up, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, when you wonder if anything you do really matters. Push through. Those moments, those precise moments when you're ready to break, that's where transformation happens. That's where you discover depths of resilience you never knew you had. When you reach your limit, when you think you have nothing left to give, go further. Domain expansion. That's what it means to truly transcend your limitations. To create your own domain, your own reality, where your will shapes what's possible. We all have that potential, that ability to expand beyond what we thought were our absolute limits. But most never access it because they retreat at the first sign of real resistance. Don't be like most people. When your body wants to quit, when your mind fills with doubt, when the easiest thing would be to walk away. That's when you have to dig deeper. That's when you have to remember what you're fighting for. Because if it's truly worth fighting for, then it's worth enduring pain for, worth sacrificing for, worth risking everything for. The path I've walked hasn't been easy. I've lost. I've failed. I've watched people I care about suffer. But I've never regretted the choice to stand and fight for what matters. In the end, that's all any of us can do. Find what's worth protecting in this broken world, and then give everything we have to protect it. Your path will look different from mine. What you find worth in will be uniquely yours. But the principle remains the same. Decide what matters. Pursue it with everything you have. Never back down when it counts. The shadows are always deepest right before dawn. But dawn always comes, and when it does, make sure you can look at yourself and know you gave everything you had to what truly mattered. That's not just how you find purpose. That's how you find yourself. Now is the time, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now! Take that first step into the darkness. Embrace the unknown. That resistance you feel, that fear, it's not your enemy. It's your compass. It's pointing directly to what you need to confront. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Your domain expansion isn't just some technique. It's your declaration to the world that your limits